Well, good morning and welcome to the Sudoku channel. This is Oliver coming to you from Youghal by the sea. A very foggy day today here in Ireland over in Europe. It is Sunday the 22nd of January 2023. So those of you who are regular viewers of this channel will realise that I am a little bit late this week. We can no longer get the Diabolical. The Telegraph doesn't seem to be doing them anymore. So this puzzle is one generated by computer. And what we try to have on this channel are difficult ones that will require chains, X-wings and things like that. Now the normal thing that we do, and I'm going to do this in two parts. The first part is going to be doing the Snyder pairs, the uniques, the basics that everybody should know if they're going to do a Sudoku puzzle. So that'll be the very first part, and that's the one that we're going to do today. This is the puzzle. I'm using Sven's Sudoku pad, and there should be a link down below of how to get that if you want to use it yourself. I find this particularly good doing the very first part of the solution to a puzzle. Now, so we start off looking at each of the number possibles, so the ones, and we see, is there any place then, these are houses by the way, is there any house where you can have one or fewer? So we can't have a one there, we can't have a one there, so we could have a one in either of these two cells, and that is basically a Snyder pair. So that's the ones, and we can also have two over here. Twos. Well, actually, if we look at this house here, because sometimes you have a tendency, or I have a tendency of rushing forward without stopping and thinking, and you should stop and think. There are only two possibles missing, and they go into these two cells, and they will be 1 and 2. But we have a 2 here, so we can't have a 2 here, so that means that has to be a 1, and this one has to be a 2. Now going back over that, we can't have a 1 here, here or here, so we get two possible 1s here, a Snyder pair, and that's it. 2s. Well, the only one that I can see is we can't have a 2 down here, and we also can't have a 2 because of that one, leaving us these two cells here to put in our Snyder pairs. I find these diagonal type Snyders are not really of great use at a later stage. And onto the 3s, and again we can't have a 3 here, and we can't have a 3 there, leaving us, oh, and we can't have a 3 there because of that one, so that gives us a unique 3 in here, and a Snyder here. That's all I have there. 4s, well, not there, not there, so unique 4 here. And 4 along here, but we can't have it on that one, so there we go, another Snyder there. And over here, can't have it there or here or down here, gives us a unique in here. Important to take your time with these. Now by putting the 4 in there, it means the 1 now has to go into this cell, can't go anywhere else. That one there means we can't have a 1 here, and that means that becomes the 1 for that cell. So we go back and do the 1s again now. Can't be here, can't be here, so we now have Snyders here for the 1s. And that is about it. Yes, that's everything for the 1s. 2s, still the same, no difference. 3s, again no difference there. 4s, well, now we have not here, not here, not here, so we have a pair of Snyders there on the 4s. That's it. 5s. Well, we can have a Snyder pair up there. And here now, we can't have them over here, there, so we're going to have our pair here. On to 6s. And I don't see any difference there from previously. I don't think we can put, oh we can, 6 down here, 6 across here, so we can have this diagonal Snyder of 6s. That's all we can do there. 7s and 8s. Oh, that's okay, can't have it here, here, there, so we've got a Snyder pair here of 8s. And I'm feeling we could have done that day one and I missed it. Now, this way, that way, that way. And we can put in here an 8. And that gives us Snyder's here. Now, it's very important to do this. Take your time, go back over it again and again, because it will help you out in the end. Now, that 8 that way. No, we still get 3 there. That's all I can do in the 8s, I think. 9s. Okay, that 9 coming across means that we have a pair here of 9s. At least we got 1 in for the 9s. And here we can't have it there, we can't have it there, so we get a diagonal 9 again. Not great juice, I think. Well, that's it, that's everything. And then just to be sure, we just go back over the whole lot again to make sure we haven't missed anything. And we also check through them to make sure we haven't made a mistake with any of them, which is what I usually do. And 3s. Well, here, we can't have a 3 here. We can't have a 3 here. So one of these diagonals again that I missed earlier on. That's why you should go back and do them again and again. And that's enough of the 3s, 4s. And 5s. No, that was missed. Can't have a 5 here. Can't have a 5 here. Can't have a 5 there. So we have a unique 5 here. And notice there's already a Snyder pair of 8s. So by putting the 5 in there, it means this one then has to be an 8. Back to the 5s again. Okay, we have 5 here, 5 here. So we're going to have our pair of Snyders here now this time. And moving on to 6. Well, that's 6. Can't have anything there, so we're going to have our pair of Snyders here. Now, these two 6s here, they're known as a pointing pair. It means you can't have any other 6s along this column. So you can't have a 6 here. We can't have a 6 here because of that one. So we now have a Snyder pair of 6s here. And I'm going to color those pink and orange. This is now a double. And if you haven't done doubles before, I'll put a link down below in the comments for doubles and have a look at that tutorial. It is very important that you understand how doubles and triples work. So believe it or not, that means we cannot, well, you better believe it. If you look at this column, so it's a 1/6 for the column as well as a 1/6 for the house. It means we can't have any other 1s or 6s on this column. So if you look at it, we have 1, 2, we're missing 3, we have 4, 5, 6, and we're missing 7, and we have 8 and 9. So we're missing 3 and 7, and they must go in now into the 2 remaining cells. So we have another double here of a 3 or a 7, and that's a double for the house and for the column. Right, if we look now at this house here, we have the 3 7 set up here, so the 3 or 7 can't be anywhere else in the house. So what's missing? Well, we have 1, 2, it's going to be there or there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is here or here, 8. So 9 has to be in one of these 2. So that gives us another double. Right. So we've done as much as we can in this house at this stage until we can find another. Which one would be that? Be the 2, or will this be the 2? So that's that much done. We've done a lot here. That was 6s we were looking at, wasn't it? 6s. And we went to the 7s. And I'm surprised we don't have any more in the 7s. Well, look at this one now. We have an 8 coming across here. And we also have the 8 coming across here, which means we have a pair here for the 8. That's all we can do with the 8s, and now we're on to the 9s. And just when you think you've got everything done, you see a mistake. Look, there's a 6 there. That means you can't have a 6 here, so that must be a 1. And if that's a 1, you can't have a 1 there, so we get rid of that, which means this must be the 1 over here. And also this must be the 6. And I'll just get rid of the colors here now. And having done that, I'm afraid you now have to go back and check the whole lot of them again, and I'll just do that quickly. All the ones are in, can't do any more with the ones. Now we can put in a Snyder pair of 2s here. 3s. The 4s. Well, this one is brought in the next one now. We can't have a 4 across there. We can't have the 4 down there. So this brings us our Snyders in here now on the 4s. And 5s. And 6s. Next one is the 7s. I missed that out before. Can't have a 7 there. There we go. 2 7s here. And that's all we have in the 7s and the 8s. And finally the 9s. Oh, isn't it amazing the way you keep on noticing things? Look at this 9. We can't have a 9 there, there, or there. And why did I think? Oh, sure, that's it. Those 3. All that's left now is that one and that one. So we put in a Snyder there. Now, that is definitely all the Snyders and uniques done. But there's other things that we should do now before we start looking at possibles and cluttering up the entire puzzle. It's important, I think, to keep the puzzle as clean as possible for as long as possible. We can see here we have a row, and there's only 2 cells left remaining in that row. Now, if 4 5 can go here, then this one will also have to be a 4 5 as well. It'll be a pair. And that's it. Now, I colored these red for doubles, and then if it is on a row I color it green. If it's on a column I color it orange like I did here. So that's a double for this row 4 5. Then the next thing you do, you start looking at, are there any rows, columns or houses where there's just 3 cells remaining, and just have a look at those and see is there any way that you can kind of finagle out some uniques out of it. Now, we don't want to totally mess up the system yet, but there's an easy way of doing it with this software. All you have to do is highlight 3 cells or whatever number of cells, and then start counting your way through. And I'm have to get my fingers on the keyboard now. So we have 1 2 3 4 5. We're missing 6 7 and 9. 6 7 and 9. And then have a look along here. Well, there's nothing to stop it from being a 6 7 and 9 there. 6 7 and 9. Well, there's a 9 here, so that'll end up being a 6 7. But okay, we don't want to do a full clutter yet, so we'll ignore that. Then we'll have a look at these 3 now in the column and work out what's missing there. Well, we have 1 2 3 4 5. We're missing 6. We're missing 7. And we're missing 9. Surprisingly enough, we have a 6 here, that would leave that with a 7 9. We have a 9 here, leaving that with a 6 7. So not interested in that at the moment. We're just trying to get something clean out of all of this. There are 3 over here, and we already have 1 and 2. We're missing over here 3. We have 4. We're missing 5. We have 6 7 8, and we're missing 9. Well, if we look along here, we have a 9 leaving us with a 3 5. We have a 3 here leaving us with a 5 9. And over here, well, not much to get us out of the woods there. So it's not looking good. It looks like we've probably filled out everything we can in terms of the basic ones, which are the 1 2s and 3s. Right, so based on how shall we say conscientiously we've gone through all the Snyder pairs and the uniques, I'm fairly happy now that there's nothing else left out, that we haven't got a hidden unique somewhere that we haven't found. We've had a look at all those rows and columns and houses that only have 3 cells. They didn't give us anything. So I'm going to call a halt now at part 1 of the video. Next one, we're going to bring in all the possibles and start doing all the heavy lifting. Alright, thanks for watching. If you've liked this, don't forget to give me the thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. Now, if you subscribe and also click on the bell, that means you will be informed automatically when part 2 comes along, and it should be in a couple of days. All right, till then, slán inis.